Hey guys, Jonathan with you once again. Welcome to the Daily Message. Just out of the gym. I was talking earlier this week about state, the power of state, the power of how getting ourselves in strong physiological states can make us feel amazing. We make our best decisions when we're in a good physiological state, and it's something you got to work at, right? It's like you wake up some mornings and you just don't jump out of bed. You got to make this stuff happen. As I've been saying for years, your brain will rarely make you feel like doing this. Most of the time your brain has one thing in mind. It's survival. It wants you to go straight back to bed. So you can tell I'm pumped. It's not just the coffee. I worked hard in the gym today, got back into the studio and really keen to share some messages with you. Listen, under here is the podcast. Did a great podcast today where I talked a lot about asking better questions and using a different filter on the difficulties in our lives. I said in the podcast that if you ask your brain a dumb question, your brain is going to give you a dumb answer. It's going to give you a very unhelpful answer. If you say to your brain something like, let's say you're going through a hard time, right? Something really difficult, and you say to your brain, why am I so stupid? Why do I always do this? Or you've just eaten your 10th box of Tim Tams in the week. You know, my American friends, Oreos, whatever, you're just like, why do I always do this? And your brain will say, because you're an idiot, because you have no self-control. That's exactly what's going to happen every single time. So we've got to learn to ask our brain better questions. And what I want to talk about on this quick message is simply, I don't know about you, but there's been times in my life when things are difficult, when I'm like, why is God punishing me? Why am I being punished? Why is life so hard, right? Pity party, one person on the invite list, and that's me. It happens, right? We're just like, why is the universe conspiring against me? And today I just got a great insight. I'm just like, ask a better question. Why is God challenging you? Why are you being challenged by life? Not punished, but challenged. I used to think if things were difficult and hard, maybe I was doing something terribly wrong, but now I'm just realizing it's the price of admission. It's the price we pay for transcendent success. So I say in the podcast again, I talk about my son, who's almost 14 now. We do tons of stuff together, camping, hunting, all that cool stuff. And he's really at that point of me challenging him, pushing him into harder things, expecting more of him, because I want him to grow to be a really fine man. He rarely says, hey Dad, thank you so much for making things harder for me. Thank you for the chores. Thank you for expecting that I do these things, right? So you can see that dynamic at play. Like you see the metaphor, like I'm like God, right? Or I'm like the universe. And Aiden's there going, why is my dad so hard on me? And the answer is, well, because your dad loves you and your dad wants you to grow. Is that a useful reframe for you? It helps me a lot, right? A useful reframe to say, take something difficult and say, what if it's a challenge? What if it's an invitation to growth? What if I'm going to a different level? So whatever you're facing in life right now, use the power of better questions. Use the power of a reframe. It does work. It's not easy. And I'm honest on this channel, right? Like things can be hard, but it's through that difficulty that we grow. So many of the great men and women of history have been through incredible hardships and difficulties, right? So what was that thing Jim Rohn used to say? It might have been Zig Ziglar. It was that question of, don't ask for things to be easier. Ask that you get better. Okay, that we get better. All right, do me a favor, subscribe to this channel, go check out the podcast. There is also a link here to book me for private coaching. Anywhere in the world, on Zoom, go and book yourself an appointment. Let's get to work on what needs to change in your life. I'm here for you. Go get that link. Let's get on a call. Let's get you moving forward. My name is Jonathan Doyle. This has been the Daily Message, and I am going to have another message for you tomorrow.